just tacky, because we could be super cool, not besties, but super cool, and you don't invite me, then I would never say anything to you, but I'd be looking at you kind of sideways, especially if there's no COVID. Pictures on the water. During that whole quarantine process. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Sadie Says It All for Adventress Magazine. Yes, so I was trying to think of what we could talk about this week. So I did some thinking. First of all, I have my YouTube channel, Sadie Says It All. So please be sure to go there and subscribe. And make sure, well, you're following Adventress already, but go to their Instagram page and like them there and follow them there, because they're always posting some great stuff there, some great travel stuff, and just you can kind of get away, even though we can't go anywhere physically, really, but you can kind of get away, escape into the picture and take a little trip, and then come on back, But, yeah, so I was trying to think of, God, I got a new wig on. It's just doing whatever it want to do right now. But, I was trying to think of what to talk about for this week's, episode, because I am here. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say this. I'm here every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. bringing you some live stuff. I'll be talking about real talk. Sometimes I talk about relationships, friendships, travel stuff. Sometimes, it's a whole mix mosh of stuff. So, yeah. So, I was thinking, a lot of people still have their weddings planned, birthday parties, anniversary parties, things of that sort. And a lot of states, cities, what have you, some of them aren't saying that you cannot have your function, but they are limiting the amount of people you can have at your function. So, am I shining? Anyhow, so we're going to talk about, whether or not, like some options as far as whether or not you should or shouldn't have your function right now. No judgment. We're just going to talk about some stuff. And who you going to invite if you have to shorten this list? What you going to do? So, let's talk about it. Number one. I mean, how pressed are you to have it right now? If you really want to celebrate it with all your friends and your family and what have you, how pressed are you to have it right now? I mean, is it something where, like if you're getting married, is it something where you can just go, I guess courthouse open for that. I don't know. Yeah, where you can just go to the courthouse and get your mandatory stuff taken care of, but then, postpone the big blowout party for another time, because a vaccine is on the horizon. Like, it's on the scene. The vaccine is on the scene. But, can you wait? Can you wait for that? So I guess that's something to think about. Can you wait? Are you okay with waiting until you can actually celebrate this with the people that you love? Just something to think about. Okay. Number two. Number two. Okay. So, say for instance, you decide to go ahead with your function, with your wedding, with your birthday party, anniversary, blah, But you got to limit the amount of people that you're having there. Do you really have to invite? Lord, I can't even talk. you really have to invite some of the family that everybody thinks you need to invite. I'm just saying. Right now would be a good time. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you know good and well you don't like all your family. I don't know. Maybe some people do like all their family. But some of us, where you may not care for all of your family. But yet, it's like sometimes people feel out of obligation that they need to invite these folk. And no, you don't. You don't. You don't have to. I mean, I've also been asked the question like, well, is it going to create like a bigger situation for you down the road? Is it going to create issues with you with this person down the road? But I mean, it's your function, it's your day. And especially if they're telling you you cannot have more than X amount of people there, you got to cut back. So if anything, this will be a good time to be like, you know, you can't come. I mean, a lot of times you have family, they're family because they're blood, but, and everybody's like, well, family is everything. Family is absolutely really important. Absolutely. But a lot of times we have certain family that I love you, but I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I'm good on that. And this may not be very popular, what I'm saying, but y'all know that you got some family that you could be like, love you, but, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So think about, just cutting back on that family that you really don't feel like having. And then this is your special day. If it's a person that's going to take away from that, family or not, you need to think about that. Are they going to ruin this night for you? Are they going to say some off-the-wall stuff that's going to be annoying as hell and going to ruin this day or this evening or event for you? Then you need to consider that. Because, just think about it. Anyhow, on to the next one. Number 3. Same thing for certain friends. You have friends that you're friends, but like, how friendly are you? Some people honestly just expect an invite to what you're like they just expect that, and maybe they're not the type of friend that you would invite to the particular function. And we all have them. I think we do. I know I have had them where, we're cool in certain settings, but not necessarily someone I would invite to like this huge life event of mine. So for whatever reason that is. And I have seen instances where people kind of invite themselves to people's functions and or talk about it in a way of that, like, they know that they're going, and it puts people in awkward positions when they're, I'm not here for that, being put in an awkward position, because it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if I don't feel comfortable with you there for whatever reason, then I can express that, so you need to be able to express that. And it may cause some hurt feelings, but at the end of the day, it's your day. And if it means that much to you that they not be there for whatever reason, then you need to stick to your guns, I guess, Now, if I'm your friend, like if I invite you to my wedding. Now, first of all, forget all that. Right now, during these quarantine times, you got to be able to understand that everybody's not going to be able to invite you to everything, because they do have closer family, and and you may not fall into to that realm of being one that they have to invite. So first of all, people got to understand right now that these aren't normal times. So if you don't get an invite to something, you can't get all in your feelings. I won't say you can't. You can do what you want to, but you shouldn't be all in your feelings, because people aren't at liberty to do the things the way that they used to do anyways. But outside of the whole quarantine thing, if there was no COVID going on and I invited a friend to a wedding or a function, and then they in turn shortly after had a function and did not invite me, I would never approach them about it. I have seen people approach people about not being invited to stuff. And I'm just like, that's just tacky. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's like a best friend, then you might have a side conversation with them. Like, did I do something to you? But if you're just a friend that's an acquaintance and we hang sometimes and I don't invite you to something, then obviously there's a reason. But to go and to confront someone who's just on that level of a friend with you about not being invited to something, I think that's just tacky. Because we could be super cool, not besties, but super cool, and you don't invite me, then I would never say anything to you, but I'd be looking at you kind of sideways, especially if there's no COVID going on or nothing like that. I'm like, you know, but obviously they had their reason, and whatever that reason is, they haven't chosen to disclose that to you, so I'm not asking them anything. Anyhow, so God, where was I going with that? Yeah, so there are some friends that, you know, you should definitely, especially right now, you should definitely think about whether or not, you know, what they add to the event. You know, whether or not they're someone that you want to take a gamble on. Are they worth it when you only got 30 people you can invite or 50 people you can invite? So make sure you think about that, you know, and people, right now is the time for understanding. So people should be able to understand that they can't be invited to everything. Okay. All right. I'm good on that. All right. So number 4. All right. This party, this function that you're having, make sure if you do go forward with it, because I'm going into my wedding. I'm going to make a point here. Make sure that if you do go forward with it, that you have yourself like a good hype person there, you know, because make sure you have a good hype person invited. Because sometimes there are people that you may not be, like you're cool, you hang out sometimes, and they just have awesome and amazing energy, you know, and you want to be around that for a day that you're celebrating something, celebrating a life event. You want that good energy. You want to have fun. So you might take Fuddy Duddy over here and tell them, you know, maybe, you know, when you're weighing out who you Xing off the list and who you going to have there, make sure, you know, you have somebody with some good energy, because you're going to want that to project through the whole, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for my wedding, we didn't do like a big, fancy, flashy wedding or anything. We had some of our closest friends and family come, and this was pre-COVID. And we had people that we really loved and cared about in our lives to be there. And most of my family, a lot of my family, still in the Carolinas. So the ones that could make it, they came. I felt so much love, and I was so appreciative for them being there. And my friends that came from Jersey, I was so happy that they could make it, you know. And it was so great to have them there. But my husband is from this area, so it was a lot of his friends, co-workers, and of a sort. They were there, and some of his family. So my husband, he like his allergies are kicking his ass. His niece got him drugged up on Sudafed. And then he's out there on the wraparound porch drinking. So his friends are out there drinking with him. And I'm like, well, if all your people out there drinking with you, hanging, then who's in here? You know, it's just my friends and my family, which is great. But it's just like, I'm like, dude, what you doing? What you doing? You like, you know, we're supposed to be having this celebratory vibe and atmosphere, and he out there drinking. Like, he could have did that at the bar at the FOP. I'm like, yo, I know he was drugged up on Sudafed because he could barely hold his head up, but but I'm just saying all this to say this. Make sure you got some people ready to party and have a good time. And not to say that our people weren't there for that, but it's just like, it was broken up. You know, my husband was out there with and I felt bad for him because his allergies were just, but I'm just like, oh, can I get some, a hype man? So my friends, we were out there, we were dancing, we had fun. It was still great to be around everybody, but just make sure, you got everybody with that good energy, and make sure ain't nobody walking around giving people Sudafeds, because, that ain't what's up either. But, I know I pretty much just rambled this whole live, but to wrap it up, just make sure that you are inviting the people you want to be there, the people you want to spend your day with, if you're going to push forward with this birthday party or this wedding or what have you. Because one thing that this whole quarantine and what COVID has taught us is that life is very short. It can be very short. And you do want to cherish these moments you have with family and friends. So if you choose not to put off your event, I completely understand, because tomorrow is not promised. But if you do decide to go forward with your event, make sure you have the people there that you want to be there. I know you're going to want more probably than what they're allowing, but at the end of the day, don't invite people according to what other people expect you to do as far as invitations. You invite who you want to be there. So yeah, with that being said, like I said, I know I rambled a lot, y'all, but I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, so please give me a pass on that. Again, if you have not subscribed to Sadie Says It All on YouTube, be sure to subscribe there. This video will end up landing there as well, along with other fashion stuff I talk about. I'll have discount codes, just like now for the lip bar, because I am wearing the lip bar as always. I'm wearing Savage with Conceited. I'm wearing their foundation in 405. It's the serum. It's a fast face liquid serum foundation, and it's amazing. So, yeah, so I'll give you a discount code. I'm going to have the link here so that you can click on that, and the discount code is Holidays 2020. So it's going to be Holidays 2020. I will have the discount code included down there with the link. And usually if you click on the link, it'll automatically populate that discount code for you if you're clicking on the one that I'm giving you. So again, follow Sadie Says It All, and join us again here every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. where I will be taking over Adventress Magazine's live feed. And I think that's about it, because I've rambled enough tonight. So I will see you all next time. Have a great night. Bye.